Ursula von der Leyen wins Charlemagne Prize for work on European unity. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen has been awarded the Charlemagne Prize 2025 in recognition of her leadership during the COVID-19 pandemic and the war in Ukraine. The prize is awarded annually by the German city of Aachen, where the Frankish king, for whom it is named, was crowned Holy Roman Emperor in 800, to honor an outstanding personality of a united Europe. The announcement highlights von der Leyen's leadership during times of profound transformation in the EU, including her handling of the pandemic, the conflict in Ukraine, and her commitment to the Green Deal. The awards board of directors praised her vision for a sustainable, competitive, and unified Europe, describing her as a strong advocate for European values on the global stage. They noted that under her leadership, the Commission has played a decisive role in ensuring the EU's unity and success in addressing crises of historic proportions. Von der Leyen is the second Commission president to receive the prize while in office, following Jacques Delors in 1992. Former Commission leaders honored include Robert Schuman in 1958, Roy Jenkins in 1972, and Jean-Claude Juncker in 2006. She will officially receive the award at a ceremony in Aachen's Town Hall on 29th of May. United Kingdom delays Chagos Island deal with Mauritius until Trump administration is consulted. Officials from the UK and Mauritius had reportedly been hurrying to finalize the deal before US President-elect Donald Trump takes office on 20th of January. The UK will not finalize a deal to hand over sovereignty of the contested Chagos Islands to Mauritius until US President-elect Donald Trump's administration is consulted. The British government announced in October that it would cede sovereignty of the Indian Ocean archipelago but maintain control of a joint US-UK military base on the biggest island, Diego Garcia, under a 99-year lease. However, some of Trump's main allies opposed the agreement. Marco Rubio, Trump's pick for Secretary of State, warned last year that the deal posed a serious threat to U.S. national security because Mauritius has a trade agreement with China. A spokesman for UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer said on Wednesday it was obviously now right for Trump's administration to consider any deal which had already been approved by outgoing U.S. President Joe Biden. It is perfectly reasonable for the new U.S. administration to actually consider it, and we will obviously have those discussions with them, he said. We will only agree to a deal that is in the UK's best interests and protects our national security. Officials from the UK and Mauritius had been hurrying to complete the deal before Trump enters the White House on 20th of January, according to British media reports. While the Mauritian cabinet had been expected to approve the deal on Wednesday, the British position changed overnight. The UK took control of the Chagos Islands, which it called the British Indian Ocean Territory, from its then colony Mauritius in 1965, 3 years before the archipelago gained independence. In the 1960s and 1970s, the UK evicted up to 2,000 people from the islands so that the US military could build the Diego Garcia base. Mauritius has long contested the UK's claim to the archipelago, and in recent years, the United Nations and its top court have urged London to return the Chagos Islands to Mauritius. The British government agreed to do so in the draft deal struck in October, but that has been delayed by a change of government in Mauritius and reported quarrels over how much the UK should pay for the lease of the Diego Garcia airbase. A statement issued by the Mauritian government on Wednesday said that its cabinet had been informed of developments and that discussions in London would continue Man leaves 10 Montmartre's fortune to a tiny French town he had never visited. The shock windfall represents 5 times the town of Thiberville's annual budget and will fund projects from a public garden to a bowling green. A tiny town in France has been stunned by an unexpected windfall after a man who never once visited the area left the commune his $10 million fortune in his will. Roger Thiberville, a meteorologist who lived in Paris, died last August at the age of 91 with no descendants. In his will, he left his inheritance to the Normandy town of Thiberville, with which he shared his surname and its 11800 residents. Guy Paris, the town's mayor of 28 years, received a call from a solicitor who broke the news. The windfall represents 5 times the municipality's annual budget, and because the town is a public body, it will not have to pay any inheritance tax. It's an exceptional sum of money. Obviously, the amount is beyond imagination, Paris told local radio station France Bleu. We don't yet know what we will do with it. We won't spend it all. We're going to manage this dowry as we have always done with our municipal budget, with prudence and responsibility. Thiberville was born in 1932 into a family of wine growers in Mantes-la-Jolie, located 50 kilometers west of Paris. The Parisian inherited his fortune from his parents, who had initially left their money to his sister, but after she died with no heirs, it was handed down to him. The late Thiberville only made one request: for his ashes alongside a plaque bearing his name to be installed in the town's local cemetery. The town of Thiberville is a typical Norman town which boasts a 19th century chateau, but it is far from a tourist destination or a place that makes national headlines. Its mayor said plans were being drawn up to ensure the money was spent in the best possible way. Meetings with officials from the Eure administrative region, in which Thiberville is located, have also taken place. Paris said the town currently plans on paying back a bank loan of more than $400,000 used to build a new primary school. Other pipeline projects include a public garden with a play area, a bowling green with photovoltaic panels that will be used to provide shade, energy efficiency renovations at the primary schools, a public services center, and an artificial football pitch, he said.